Hey guys, it's Manuel Godoy here. I'm driving out to pick up my kids, but today I felt like giving y'all a 5-minute lesson on controversy. Now, one thing I need to tell you about, there's something called clickbait, right? And clickbait is something that I love, all right? It's a situation in which you're basically getting somebody to take action. Somebody has to take action. Now, as a writer, right, you don't have the luxury of trying to attract everybody. You can't. People like certain things. So, how do you get them to take action and subscribe to you, follow you, perhaps buy your book, those kind of things? Well, that's a little tricky. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about that specifically in these next couple of minutes. Now, first thing, let's talk about what clickbait is. Clickbait is something to get someone to take some action, right? Now, we know that's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple concept, but how do people actually implement this online? So, sometimes they'll use a catchy slogan or maybe a divisive slogan. Perhaps something like, hey, he said, people with freaking Tourette's, right? People with Tourette's are retarded. Bam. And you're like, dang, that was a pretty divisive thing. Now, if you're somebody who actually supports the mentally disabled or whatever, right, then you don't like that statement. So you're going to go in there and you're about to raise some hell. And then you realize that the article says something like, and that's the kind of thing that we don't want to have out in the society. So we're writing this book to help people understand what Tourette's is and how anyone could be suffering from it. And now all of a sudden, you went there pissed off. The only reason why you clicked the link was because they enraged you with what they said. But once you got there, you found out the person who did that statement actually was trying to clarify it and make it better for everybody. Now you're a supporter, because now you're like, oh, okay, this is actually pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and support them because I didn't like how that made me feel when somebody said that. And that is masterful clickbait, all right? It's clickbait. It's the reason why when you watch a video reviewing video games or reviewing a show on YouTube, it always starts with a thumbnail that has some girl's big ass, all right? You see a big ass, and you say, oh, I'm going to click on that. The reason why is because they want you to give them a chance to actually entertain you. But a lot of people just scroll YouTube until they see a big butt. So they go and do that instead, all right? So clickbait is an amazing thing. Now, how does that pertain to a writer? What does a writer have to do to use clickbait? Well, one, your cover is everything, okay? I will tell you this, all right? You should spend at least $500 on your cover, all right? Just the cover. And there's a reason why I say you should spend at least $500 on the cover. Believe it or not, most people, what do they do? Believe it or not, most of the people will buy your book. Yeah, sorry about that, but most of the people will buy your book if and only if you have a good cover. They don't care about what's inside the book. They don't care about the story. The cover is what gets them to buy the book. All right? Now, that's what they're up front. Then you got to have a decent synopsis. Your synopsis should be really quick. You should be able to explain your book in 2 freaking sentences. You should get them interested in 2 sentences. Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy to go and try to get something interested in two sentences. But guess what? Most people who shop online, when they go to somebody's website, they're usually checked out within 1 minute. They ain't trying to be there all day. They ain't gonna sit there and look at every single thing. The more options they have, the less likely they are to buy stuff. So what you need to do is you need to give them an irresistible deal and then freaking close them out. Your irresistible deal is an amazing cover that makes them ask, oh my God, I have to read this because I don't really know what's gonna happen. You understand? So clickbait with a cover is exceptional. The next thing is your advertisements. On Facebook and Instagram, clickbait is literally the only thing that survives, man. That's the stuff that gets shared. So if you want to be successful on your marketing campaign, you have to be able to use clickbait as much as possible. Okay, we're talking about stuff like do pictures that get the conversation going, start fights with audiences that are not your audience. So let's say you have a book that only caters to conscious black folks. You know, you kind of want to pick fights with people who are against conscious black folks. Like, let's say right-wing conservatives, like hardcore right-wing conservatives. So you pick fights with them because you know they're not going to read your book anyway. So by picking with them, your freaking audience, your core audience, the audience that you're actually writing for, they're going to see you as a champion of them, and they're going to take action, okay? The name of the game when you're trying to be a business owner is for people to take action, okay? So I don't care what you do. I don't care how you do it. The main objective is to get a person to take an action. And clickbait is a hell of a way to start the conversation. After that, you still have to do other things to go and try to close out a deal, capture them emails, do whatever you want. But I don't care about all that right now. The first thing you need to focus on is clickbait. So this is just a sample of the kind of lessons I'm going to be giving once we hit 600 patrons on Patreon. We're very close. We're at like 550 right now. So if we can hit 600, I'm gonna start doing 1 hour videos with actual examples. You're going to see literal examples on the screen. You're going to see all these other things. You're going to actually see numbers involved on the cost and how much things actually go and run you. And you're really going to appreciate that. It's going to be like hundreds of dollars worth of lessons for only $5 a month. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we're doing that is because we really believe that you guys need to be able to sell yourselves, man. If it's one thing I'm learning is that no matter how much success you have, unless somebody just decides to king you with a publishing deal, you're never going to make it to that level. So what you need to do is be able to basically carve your own path out of this audience and do it yourself. And with my guidance, Manuel Godoy, the CEO of Black Sands Entertainment and creator of Black Sands, the comics, and Sons of Nibiru, I'm going to make sure you get there. And I'm going to get you there 1 hour at a time on Patreon exclusively. So sign up today and definitely let me know what you think about this lesson in the comments, okay? I'm out.